ago. There's the dog in the doorway. He's come to pushing against me with all his might, even though he's old and blind and can hardly stand up, because I was filming the street, or at least just at my door. As you can see. So, oh, he's on my foot. I'll have to stop. He's going to hurt my foot here, even though he's falling down and blind and in a bad way. But that is the randomness and coincidentalness of the matrix, depending on how you look at it. Oh, and he's peed on the floor there too, as you can see. And I'm standing in the pee now, so there you go. But this is just all the random noise, a noise test and random noise of the matrix, and the phone keeps going off, so I'm having trouble actually even filming this even for a minute. It seems to only work when I sit at a table and stay still, but I'm giving it a go because I'm frustrated today. After 2 years I finally get the mobile out. Oh, the dog's donging me on the leg there. As you can see, if I can get it there. There he is, I think. That's it. Timber. Oh, Henry Street, Leichhardt. That's my front door there. My garbage bin there. See, I'm number 3. Oh, Simba, stop, you. Get it. Hey, it's a dog. And that bothers me too, because I have OCD, so I was actually clean, and now he's all over me, so that I'm uncomfortable. I'll be too tired. Oh, and he has pooed all over the floor. Oh. He has pooed all over the floor here. I don't know whether you can see it, it's too dark. He's pooed, and I can just trot in that. And it is there too. It's not light enough. See, there he's pooed on the floor, and all up here, and all the way everywhere. And I don't know what I'm doing. I better fold up. Random noise of the matrix. I had no sleep, and I'm exhausted. I got we and her, our noise. And this is a good day in the matrix, because I've actually been able to pick up the mobile and actually try to film it. I don't know if it's coming out. I'm trying not to make it appear as myself, because I'm not even properly dressed, because I was not prepared. I was... See, even the smell of that puts you off, which causes negative frequency to someone like myself. See how the sky, which was blue, has now gone murky again? And see how the wind is blowing up? The matrix is getting angry, but there is also sunshine to break through. That is the battle of the matrix. That's how I see it. The God entity is blowing up his bitterly cold wind, the negative frequency of the matrix operatives or disciples or just ordinary workmen. If you look on the bright side, I'm not quite sure how negative noise and frequency is a bright side anyway. Now it's going gloomy again, but the sun is trying to break through over there. That is human input from elsewhere, but it is not powerful enough to defeat or to subdue this negative matrix. in any way. I'm actually getting cold here. I'm standing in dog urine. There's poo all over the floor, all in the space of a few minutes. I'm exhausted, but I'm almost trying to put it in context somehow. So my senses at the moment, I have feces smell, and the wind of the matrix god is blowing it at me. I'm standing in urine, and there is noise frequency coming from down the street, which has been going now for hours, almost since the sun come up, because it is permissible once the sun comes up to do whatever you like at a matrix level. Even they have to make some acceptable conditions for real people, because real people would whinge about these things as I do. But if you are like on Henry Street, Leichhardt, Sydney, where I am, there is my garbage tin out there. Oh dear. Then, you know, I am not of the earth, or not of this matrix earth, so therefore I find this frequency mildly annoying. And therefore there's something wrong with me, because I should think this is progress. I should think this is normal on a daily basis, week after week, month after month. For 2 years now in my case, since the matrix exposed itself, but it's got more desperate over the last 12 months. It's become very kind of desperate in its senses invasion, shall we say, of the human body and mind and senses. It attacks the vibration attacks the hearing, which is your sense of sound, and the vibration frequency. See, my hand is really sore holding up this mobile because of negative frequency. These innocent houses opposite are all of the matrix. In fact, I'm surprised that people have not walked past. Normally when I come to the door, there will always be someone walking past. This, of course, that you would say is normal, because I live in a small dead-end street, by the way, even though it is off the main street of Leichhardt, which is Norton Street. But normally there will be people on the street always walking past, but because I am filming, they are too shy to show their faces, even though they are actors, which is surprising, because actors normally like to be on film. And even myself, I wouldn't mind so much, except that I've deteriorated physically due to matrix negative frequency input, plus the fact that I'm 60 years. So, at any rate, this is not my normal sort of video. I can't say that I don't know if you can hear me and the sound or what. I'll test it later when no, my hands are aching from the vibration and frequency, so I shall have to fold up all out. But it's just a sample test of the random noise, so-called random accidental noise that is created by matrix on a daily basis. This is to stop positive frequency from going out, and also positive frequency being received, so that humans are isolated and not able to create a livable reality, really. Oh, there was the little birds went past. They're the only bright light. That's because They pick up all the little remnants of stuff that get left. A lot of people in the Matrix don't even like the birds, especially those particular ones that are around here. They actually call them a menace. But that's a Matrix, you see. And that's this earth. And it's a world of contradictions and a world of falsities. Everything appearing to be good. Mind you, I actually say that the only good input comes from real people. And they are few in number now, despite appearances. You know, I could be standing here now and if I walk around the corner, there will be an astronomical number of prams being pushed and an astronomical number of dogs being walked. But what are they really? Here's the birds anyway. But my hands are aching, so I'll have to fold up here and stop the video. Oh, he's gone on the car. Oh, that's not good. Perhaps they're my only allies in the Matrix, are those naughty little minor birds. Oh dear. Hello, how are you? And there's the naughty little plane coming to let you know who is the real power of the Matrix. You little birds don't have much power. Sorry. Oh, it's getting a bit chilly here because I haven't got a top on, so I better fold up too. I don't do this very often, and I'm just using it as an example of how frequency is not a positive thing in the Matrix for a human being. And this stops a human being from putting out any positive frequency or vibration, and therefore the Matrix, or the God entity of this reality and its minions and disciples, can control the human being, which then controls the reality. Oh dear. Oh, there's little birds on the... Oh dear, my arm and hand is aching, so I can hardly hold the mobile. I'll have to put it down with little birdies on the car. That is so cute, isn't it? I don't know whether you can see it. You probably can't, because I can't go out because, you know, because I can hardly hold the mobile and have to unlock the door. But, anyway, I'm folding up. I had it. Oh, I might make a proper video when I can sit myself down or something. But this is actually extra long because I don't do it very often. See, this sound is louder still if you were actually just stepping out onto the footpath. Just there. And if you go further down where the sound actually is. But people down there are very happy with that sound. And I find that strange. In fact, they say, oh, good work being done, even though it's not a benefit to them. It's someone else's house, supposedly. But see, they're all combined Matrix people. Because they know what that frequency and sound is for. And I've got, oh dear, look, the dog's coming again. But look, I've got mess here, so I have to clean it up. I completely forgot. See, I'm trying to focus on someone that's listening. But the actual reality, and I better be careful not to tread in all that feces that's all over the floor. And I better go because the dog will tread it and tread it more, so I have to fold up. And also, I'm about to throw up from the smell, so excuse me. And I hope that I don't sound too negative or too vile myself in making this video. I really don't, because I really don't know what else to do. Because I think if you're talking about reality, and if it shows itself as you can physically show it, I know that I don't need to for most that listen, but if there was a person in the dark that randomly just happened to watch this, then they would need to see a physical reality. Of course, then they just say, well, okay, so you've had a lot of work going on, big deal. And that is how cognitive dissonance and people react to Matrix. But what surprises me is that they don't get actually disturbed or irritated by it. If you're a normal person, even if you thought it was random and necessary noise creation, you still should be annoyed by the frequency, and yet most aren't. That's what I find probably strange, because if you're living on a street where there's extra noise, you should be saying, oh, gee, I'm sick of that noise. That would be normal human reaction. But we don't deal with normal human reactions now, which is strange. I'm sensitised to sound, so even that banging distracts me. But it shows that they have to then come in with stronger, what I would call technological artillery almost, even though it appears to be natural work. But it is, if you're a human being, that is negative frequency artillery at your mind, your senses and your body. Well, the body thing is actually a different energy that is directed towards the body in this technical reality, but all these things are operating. I'm just showing the example of sound or noise as the frequency inhibitor and controller and restrictor and sublimator, is that the word, of real human beings in this reality. And I better fold up because I think the phone is buggering up. Oh, sorry about that word, playing up.